So welcome to the NEC Family Storytime series. Today we're talking all about insects. It is finally spring and I'm so excited. Winter is finished. The snow is melting or has melted, depending on where you live. I still have patches out in my yard here in northern Vermont. But most of the snow has melted away. The ice is gone. And now we're starting to see green grass. We're starting to see some leaves on the trees, some beautiful flowers. In this picture here, we have some purple and red flowers. We have a pretty pond that's not frozen. The water's moving. So we're starting to see some changes outside. And as the temperature's warm, we tend to see more insects or bugs this time of year. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to start with the book, The Bug Book by Sue Fleiss. You'll see that it's a rhyming book, so it has a lot of words that sound the same at the end. They rhyme, like can, fan, man, rhyme. Pin, win, shin, rhyme. So let's notice that as we're reading. We'll also notice how bugs move and where they live. And then we'll talk a little bit more about that after the book. So let's dive in. The Bug Book. Grab your bucket, check your guide. Let's go find some bugs outside. I see a child holding a yellow bucket with a bunch of bugs inside. Fast bugs, slow bugs, off they go, bugs. So we see some bugs crawling and some flying. Hop bugs, fly bugs, way up high bugs. This is a picture of a bee on a flower. Caterpillars, centipedes. Look at all those legs climbing up that plant. Moths that fly at record speeds. So fast. Creep bugs, climb bugs, sticky slime bugs. Here are a bunch of green bugs moving together on a plant. Sometimes bugs have sticky pads on the bottom of their legs that help them stick to the leaves and trees that they're trying to climb. Turn bugs, squirm bugs, earthy worm bugs. Oh, here's a hand with soil in it, and inside the soil is a wiggly worm. Roly-polies, butterflies, bumpy bugs with bulging eyes. Ooh, that's a pretty blue butterfly. Chirp bugs, sing bugs, rubbing wing bugs. Bugs make sounds in lots of different ways. Shoe bugs, swish bugs, just don't squish bugs. Oh no! Looks like this foot is about to step on the bug. We have to be careful when we're walking outside this time of year. So we're kind to our bug friends. To the house and up the wall, ants go marching down the hall. See ants walking on a picnic table with a red and white checkered tablecloth on it. Sky bugs, land bugs, dig in sand bugs. So some bugs fly, some walk on land, and some are in the sand. Swim bugs, glide bugs, Water stride bugs. These bugs live in or near the water. Beetles, spiders, bumblebees. On the sidewalks, in the trees. This is a picture of a really big spider sitting on a leaf. Stink bugs, mud bugs, suck your blood bugs. Oh dear, looks like a mosquito. Sometimes they bite us. It stings a little bit. Web bugs, spin bugs, got stuck in bugs. Here we have a spider that made a big web, and there's an insect that's stuck inside that web. That's how they catch their prey. Bugs that camouflage and bend, bugs with legs that never end. So the walking stick, the brown insect here, is camouflaged. It helps blend into its surroundings so you don't know it's there. It helps protect the bug. And the other one has really, really long legs. Itch bugs, head bugs. Uh-oh, bed bugs. Shy bugs, bold bugs, catch and hold bugs. That can be fun to do, trying to capture a ladybug in your hand for just a minute. Tickles when it flutters around in your hand. Bugs that love and bugs that fight. Careful of the bugs that bite. Big bugs, small bugs. We love all bugs. So bugs come in different sizes too. Day bugs, night bugs. Tails that light bugs. I see fireflies. Sometimes they're called lightning bugs too. And they flash a yellow bright light at night. It's fun to watch in the summertime. Bugs in beds of soil deep. Dreamy bugs fall fast asleep. Check out some of the bugs in this book. We have a bumblebee, bumpy bug, cricket, hawk moth, and rhino beetle. And that's the end of our story. So let's talk about bugs. What are bugs? So true bugs have a straw-like mouthpiece that they use to drink either sap or the juices of another bug. And then insects have three different body parts, like it shows in the picture here. And so we see a fly and an ant. Both of these insects have a head on top, thorax in the middle, and abdomen at the bottom. They also have antennae and eyes and 6 legs. So what's tricky is all bugs are insects, but not all insects are bugs. But people usually just refer to bugs as being any small little creature that creeps or crawls. So more of a general term. Bugs come in all shapes and sizes. Why are bugs important? Bugs help with pollination. That's a big word. And that just means helping to move the pollen, which is like a powdery substance from the flower. They help to move that pollen from one flower to another, which is how the flower plants its seeds to grow new plants. So very important. It helps us get new plants. Bugs also help us with another big word called decomposition. So if you've ever gone hiking or been in the woods and you've seen a log that's fallen down, you might have noticed some little holes in the log, and that's where the insects may have eaten part of the log. So insects eat fallen logs, fallen leaves, uh, and even other animals, and that helps to go bring the material into the soil and then grow new flowers. So it's kind of like a natural way of recycling. Bugs also give us some important resources like honey. So we have a picture here of honeycomb with some honey on the bottom. And honey's a sweet, sticky liquid, right, made from bees. And it tastes really good, I think, on a biscuit or in my hot tea. So people eat honey too. Bugs also give us silk and honeycomb. Okay, let's talk about where bugs live. Okay. It's also known as their habitat, which is where they naturally live and grow. So bugs can live lots of different places. These are just a few. We can find them in the garden near all those flowers, right? You might see a butterfly or a bee in your garden. Some bugs live in or near the water, like a pond or a stream. Some live in the grass, which is why we have to be careful when we're walking so we don't squish the bugs. Some live in trees, and some live in soil. Some bugs bury underneath the soil and underneath rocks. Lots of places for bugs to live. Now let's look at how a few bugs move. We're going to look at 3 different ways. So in the book, we saw bugs walking and crawling and climbing and jumping and hopping. Lots of different ways bugs move. Okay, on this slide, we're going to look at bugs that walk. Some bugs walk. So here's just a really quick video of a millipede that has so many legs crawling and walking. Wow, look at all those legs going along the rocks. Some bugs fly. This is a short video of a dragonfly. It starts out on a person's hand and then it takes off and flies. It's really quick, so I'll probably show it 2 times. Here we go. Okay, one more time. There he goes. Some bugs jump. Here's a video of a grasshopper making really big jumps. Wow, jumped so high. It's fascinating. Now I want to take a closer look at three different insects. And let's see if we can notice how they're the same and how they're different. So the first insect we're looking at is a butterfly. This is a monarch butterfly. It's known for its orangey wings with brown at the edges. It's really beautiful. And like all insects, the butterfly has a head, thorax, and abdomen, those three main body parts. It has antennae, which help it to feel around and sense what's happening around it. It has really big wings, two sets of wings. And it has a hard body, which helps protect it. So that's what it looks like. How about how it moves? Butterflies fly. That's how they get around. And then how about what it eats? So butterflies actually drink nectar from fruit. They like really sweet things. Okay, now let's take a look at another insect. Okay, here is an ant. So the ant is also an insect. It also has a head, thorax, and abdomen, those three body parts. It has 6 legs and 2 antennae and a hard exoskeleton. Okay. What it does not have are wings, right? So that's different between the ant and the butterfly. Ants build nests in soil, underground, under rocks, and they also live in trees. They have an interesting way of moving. Since they don't have wings, they don't fly. They move their front and hind leg on one side and their middle leg on the other side at the same time. And then they switch. And that special way of walking helps them to balance. Hmm. And ants are omnivores, which means they eat a little bit of everything. But they also have a sweet tooth, like the butterfly. They like fruit and honey and syrup. Here's our third insect that we're going to take a closer look at. This is the ladybug. Ladybug is also an insect, so it has those three main parts, head, thorax, abdomen. It also has antennae to help it feel around. It also has the 6 legs and a hard outer shell to help protect it. Um, the ladybug does have wings. It's hard to see right now because they're closed up. But ladybugs move around by either walking on their 6 legs or flying around. So they do a little bit of both. They fly like the butterfly and they walk like the ant. They have a kind of oval shaped body, and many ladybugs are known for their spots. They have a distinctive red shell with some black spots. Ladybugs like to live in warm, sunny areas. And if it becomes a little too cold or a little too wet outside for them, they'll hide, they'll take cover under the leaves. They like to eat aphids and other soft-bodied insects. So they do not eat the same things as the butterfly and ant, who eat the sweet things. The ladybug eats other insects. Okay, so Today, we're going to make a dragonfly craft. So, you have hopefully received a packet in the mail that had today's book, the bug book, and a packet that looks kind of like this little mesh type bag that has everything you need to make a dragonfly craft. And I have one. Where'd it go? Here we go. I have one here that I made. It was fun. Okay, so I'm going to turn my screen, well, stop sharing for a minute. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we can look at the parts. And um, Bella, do you have your craft? Did you want to make that together today? Or are you just going to watch today and do it another time?
Unfortunately, Bella's admitted at children, so we are just watching.
Oh, okay. I'm so
Thank you.
glad you could be here.
Yes, this is a good distraction.
Oh, okay. Hi. So let me hold up. This might be better. Put a little black in front of it. So I made one colorful dragonfly that has blue wings and the green body to show the head, thorax, abdomen. Okay. But I have a whole kit here. So I have uh, a pack of glue dots. Okay, very handy. I have this paper. This might work a little better. Okay. I have a blue craft stick. I have green wings. This is a little harder to see, but it's a kind of a royal blue head. Okay. And then, oh, don't forget the eyes. A little bit small. They might be really hard to see. I have to put it down, I think. Um, hmm. I'm going to try to show you this. Might be a little tricky. You can see an eye there. It's really small. There. Okay. But we have two eyes. And then we can decorate the body with either little pom-poms, and I have a variety of colors. Dragonflies are known for their colors, lots of pretty colors. Okay, so I have some, it's going to be hard to see again. Apologies. 1 second. Oop. Nope, there we go. Couple of pom-poms. And then I also have some buttons. Moment. Okay, here's an example. Some buttons. Okay. All right. So I take all of that and put it together to make my dragonfly. Okay. Try to put this together quickly while we talk. While I'm doing this, I was going to tell you a few things that I learned about dragonflies. So I learned that dragonflies come in lots of beautiful colors. They have huge eyes and long bodies, and they can even have up to a 6-inch wingspan, which is really quite big for a bug. Okay, I'm taking my wings and I'm attaching them to my stick with my dots. There we go. Okay. All right. Dragonflies also can fly in any direction. They can go forward, backwards, up, down, and they can hover like helicopters. I thought that was pretty cool. They have two pairs of transparent, which means see-through, wings. Okay. And they can go as fast as 35 miles per hour. Oh my goodness. That's as fast as a car can go driving through the neighborhood. Wow. Imagine that. Okay. So I'm now putting some buttons on my dragonfly. Okay. And I want to put some little pom-poms on my dragonfly body. And you get to do yours your way. That's what's really fun. They can all look different. There's no right or wrong way. Just have a little fun with it. Make it colorful. Okay, I'm going to put maybe one more pom-pom on there for the body. Okay, whoop. Sometimes the glue dot wants to stick to your finger. It's kind of funny like that. Okay, put another one there. Okay. All right, great. And now I want to make sure I add that head. So I'm going to stick that on the top, head on the top, thorax in the middle, abdomen in the bottom. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try with my glue dot. That's sticking to my finger a little bit, but okay, I think we've got it. All right. I also have a little marker. You may have received one of these too. So you can go ahead and make little patterns because some of the dragonflies have kind of like shiny little specks on the wings. You can make a pattern if you'd like with that. Have a little fun with it. I do need eyes. I'll try to put them on with my glue dots. Okay. Okay. And if you find that it's a little challenging to work the glue dot on the little eye, you can just try some craft glue. That will also work. Whoop. Okay, so I've got one eye. Whoop. Okay, let's see if I can manage the other. Oop. Oh dear, I may have misplaced it. It's okay. Okay. Oh, here we go. I have it. Here's my eye. I'm gonna put one more eye on. So my dragonfly can have two eyes. Okay, a little bit more about dragonflies. They live near lakes and streams and ponds. They like the water. In fact, when they are first born, they hatch out of eggs and they live in the water to start. They don't have their wings yet when they first start out. So I thought that was kind of fun to learn about too. Okay, I think I've got it now. It's a funny little guy. Okay, and then I can pretend to fly it around. And remember, it can go backwards, forwards, up, down, hover. Nice. It's a fun little craft. Okay, I'm going to now go back to the slides. Okay, And want to talk about the other goodie that you received with your packet, which is the insect jar sticker kit. So fun. I have mine here. Okay. Mine looks like a jar that has clouds and some grass and some soil, right, in it. And then I have all these, oh, I should turn it this way, critters. Okay. And what you can do, I won't do all of it, but I just want to show you an example. You can peel off the sticker and go ahead and put it on somewhere on your jar. Make a little scene, right? And when you're doing that, you might want to think about, hmm, what's the habitat for this insect? So I have a spider. So I'm going to put my spider in the web and it's kind of sitting on the grass a little bit. Okay. But some of these have bees. So you might put them up in the air where they would fly around. Or if you have an ant, you might put it on the soil part because it's more likely to be living in the ground or under the ground. Right. So you can have fun with that. You can also use your stickers for counting, um, all kinds of things. So you can have a little fun with that. Okay. And here are some more ideas that we wanted to share with you. Also in your packet, okay, you probably received a net, a little bug catcher that looks kind of like this. I also have a picture of it there. And some really fun insects. Ooh, look. Hmm, this one looks similar ooh, to my dragonfly. Fun. Okay. So these fun animals, these insects, we can use them for counting. We can sort by ones that have wings, ones that don't have wings, sort by number of legs they have, color, right, size, all kinds of things. You can have fun with those. All right. And then you can go on a bug hunt. So you can do this inside or outside. You can use your toy insects and maybe a family member hides them around the house. And then you go looking for them and you scoop them up with your net, right? Or maybe if it's a nice sunny warm day, you put a few outside to find and go hunting for them. Okay. You also could put your toy insects in a sensory bin. So you can take like a dish pan that you would wash your dishes in, little plastic container, and put either water or sand or some craft leaves, maybe some grass. Maybe you have some Easter grass hanging around from an Easter basket. You could put that in the bin and then hide the animals in there and have some fun trying to scoop them up. You can use your net. You might use some kind of measuring scoops, things like that, measuring cups. Spoons are fun to do too. Sometimes tongs are fun to press and try to grab it up. You can have a little fun with that. You can catch real bugs outside with your net too. But if you do, just be careful, right? Our bugs are our friends. So we want to be gentle. We want to make sure that we remember that they're living things. If you are going to capture it for a little bit, you can put it in a jar that has holes at the top to make sure it can breathe. You could make a little habitat for it. So think about where it likes to naturally live. If your bug likes grass, you can put a little grass in that jar. If it likes moisture, you could use a spray bottle and just spray the rim of the jar so it has a little bit of moisture in there. So you can do that and keep it for just a little while. It can be fun to use a little magnifying glass too to look up close and really notice the eyes and antennae and that head, thorax, abdomen, all the parts of the bug and how it moves. Ah, that can be fun to examine too. You can be a little scientist. And then if you have a little more time, you might be able to go to a butterfly house or a museum bug exhibit. I know the museum closest to me in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, here has a butterfly house. And you can go stand inside it and have the butterflies they'll land on you so you can feel them and have a whole sensory experience there, which is really pretty special. Okay, so those are just a few ideas, and I'm sure you have many wonderful ideas of your own of learning about bugs. Here is a list of some books, songs. We have a game. We have insect songs that can be fun to listen to, all the different sounds that they make. We have a sign language video or two you can watch. And then this is a video of a little recipe, which is making these bug snacks out of fruits and vegetables and different spreads. So maybe peanut butter, maybe a little hummus, um, that sort of thing. You can put on your celery and make different bugs. She shows you lots of different options. So that can be a fun way for kids to get involved in the kitchen. And recipes always help us learn about math, shapes, and counting, and measuring, and all sorts of things. So that's a great way to learn and have a little more fun if you have more time. And we included a recording of the read aloud of the bug book, just in case folks want to come back to this and play that and follow along. We also wanted to talk today about for families, when you're rereading your book, we hope you reread it, hope it's good and you enjoy it and come back to it time and again. Couple of things that you can do to make it a little more accessible and also enjoyable, right? So you might take we call an occluder, which just looks like this. I just have a black um, file folder that I cut up and I put a little hole in it. And you can use it to kind of hone in on um, a picture to look up close. So like on this ant, I'll try to do this. Okay, if I want to look more closely at just the ant and not have so much visual distraction around, I can do that, right? Okay. You also could take different textures, material, and put them in here to have some of the bugs feel a little bit more realistic, right? So maybe some um, pipe cleaners for antennae, maybe toothpicks for, like I think about that walking stick bug, right? What if we lined it with some toothpicks here to give it a little bit of texture to feel? Okay. Maybe the wings, you could put a little piece of tool. So that sort of thing to make it a little bit more kind of tactily interactive. Okay. You can also personalize your book. It could be fun to put your family pictures in here. So maybe on that, well, let's see. So maybe you want to be looking at the moth on this page, and you can go ahead and add in a picture of your child, right? Can even put a little caption, have something that they say like, wow, look, look, moth. Okay. So just some ideas of how to make it your own. That can be fun to do too. All right. Okay. That was all we were going to cover for today.